didn't think it was. It worked. All right, family. Oh my God. I am running late. Literally, I am running. And I told you we was gonna try a new format. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm trying to up the game, trying to up the ante, trying to see how we can go on and perfect what we're doing. Right now, I am experimenting with something, and it appears to be blocks on my screen. So let's see what's going on with that. Because I don't know if y'all can see. Let me see. I need to go over here to this. Because there's big blocks on the screen. I am experimenting with Streamlabs at this point in time. And in experimenting, I have to learn. So let's see. What's that right there? Stream to device in your network. Oh, okay. Alright, so no. We want to go back. Nope, okay. Yeah, out of there. Get stream URL. Stop. Alright, cool. Alright. So I want to. So I don't know what those things are on the screen. We're going to figure that out. Going to get them up out the way. But I need to see if y'all seeing them. Maybe I'm just seeing them because I am. Maybe I'm just seeing them. Do you see them blocks? Let me see. I don't know what that is, but I hope it's good. I just got a signal or something. All right, it says we live on Facebook. Let me see if I can see it. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to unpin this one. And, excuse me. Well, better yet, while we're doing all this, while I'm trying to figure all this out, we can go and play the theme music. And we get it going.
This is Gye-Nyame, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com. All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God, stand up in the Congress, the Almighty, let us the Most High God. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the praises of the wicked? I say, in the four and the fatherless, with justice to the afflicted and the needy, deliver the poor and needy, deliver out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They go on and go. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, and you are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Rise, O God, bless the earth. God shall endure all nations. Allahu Akbar.
This is Kadar Fix, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Abby Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out.
aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy. This is Marina with Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give a shout out to Silver Kevin. Not Silver Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I want to give a shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
And you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotel. It's Mansour Hotel, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity doesn't sound good. I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is what I tell coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shout out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up.
Alright, Facebook, I'm gonna stop. I'm coming back up in a second. Hold on.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is what I tell coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shout out to James Sexual. Stand up. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina. And you are now Gye-Nyame Radio. Peace.
Alright, Facebook, I'm gonna stop it. I'll be right back. Alright, so Spreaker. Those that are on Spreaker, I am trying to figure out what is going on with the Streamlabs piece here. Because I can't. Okay, I see. Alright, I want these small. They need to be small. They can't be all big like that. I need to fix these. Let's see. Let's make you smaller. Yeah, over there. You come on down, alright. Event list. I don't want you on here. Hold on. I'm trying to fix it. I don't know what just happened. I was able to editor. Alright, so let's do this until I figure this out. I want to delete that. Chat box I want to keep. Until I figure that out. Move these out the way. Alert box. We get rid of that right now. Boom. Alright, chat box. Let's work it. Show on screen. Yeah, let's do that. Jar. Alright. Cool. That's cool. Let's try it now. So Facebook, I'm on my way back. Those that want to go back to Facebook, by all means you can. Let's try and again. We're going to try it again. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you'll be getting a better picture. Because those boxes on there are those boxes that was on the screen are alright, so that one box is still too big. We're gonna have to get that off of there too. Alright, so let me do this. Until I figure this out, we're gonna cancel all the boxes. So I'll be right back one more time, Facebook. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm trying to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm getting it together. I'm going to get it together. Editor. Boom. All right. Chat box you could go to for now. Till I figure out. Hidden stream. Delete. Boom. Jar. I ain't see you up, so I'll leave you up. Delete. I will set those up later. Let's go back. Let's get out of here. Boom. All right. I'm back up. Hopefully I'm back up. I'm back up. I'm trying to figure out this new streaming stuff that I got. So family, let's get it. Let's get it. All right, cool. All right, let me plug in my mic so that we can make sure we got the sound right. If we ain't got nothing else right. All right, lines are open. I told y'all that I'm experimenting with this new streaming thing I got popping off here. I got a little bit more work. I got a lot to learn. I'm going to get it together real fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get it together real fast. We are streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming live on Periscope. And I'm waiting for the signal to pop up on YouTube. YouTube is always slow for me. I don't know why. But family, we are up. I am glad that you are here. I am streaming on a whole different platform. And I got to master this. So right now we have a whole new streaming. You can hit us up at gnjmedia.live. Once again, that's gnjmedia.live. I've been trying to figure this out for the last couple of days because I told y'all that I was trying to change the platform on which I stream. I'm still using Restreamio, but there is a little fly app out there called Streamlabs. And I was doing that. I was at work late and I wanted to get here early enough to work with it, but I ain't had time to work with it. But now that I got it down on the computer, I will make something happen because I'm still learning in progress. You know, sometimes we crash and burn and get up. If we survive, we get up and we go out and we do it all over again. So hopefully the sound is good. Somebody that's out there, y'all can let me know if y'all can hear me well. But we are here once again, proud to be able to stand in the congregation of the mighty, in the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simple production, and right now we on Folktales for Grown Folks. We strive to blow up your old paradigms. So today today, another reason I was excited was because this is the last episode. Not the last episode, but this is the last story in the book. So those that have been around a while, y'all know that we have been going through this book, good folk tales, bad folk tales, in order. And I wanted to make sure that tonight, that we will finish in style. This is not stylish. I'm stumbling around with this new software, but I had to do it sometime because I want to make sure that I'm giving you quality products, a quality stream, and this streaming platform that I'm coming through opens up a whole lot of different opportunities, right? So that we could communicate more on a regular basis and everything. We got Brother Shaka on the line. What's going on, Brother Shaka? Long time no hear.
What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, trying to figure out this new streaming platform I'm using. But
what's it called?
Streamlab. Streamlab. And then they got another application called Streamlabs plus OBS that's on the computer. And I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. That's one of the reasons I'm late. But I was at work. I had a long meeting. Actually, I had to do a practice run through of a presentation, and which was good because it gave me an opportunity to really figure out how I had to hit it. I wasn't sure I was sure, but it's a whole different thing when you walk in a room and do something. You understand what I'm saying? So
listen. I overstand. Listen, a lot of people out there in La La Land. Well, I don't know if you want to call it La La Land. But a lot of people out there don't understand how much it takes to, you're not just going and grabbing software. Like, it's a learning curve for every piece of software that you get. And how, Tim, over the past couple of years, you done probably started like 12 different pieces of software, let alone platforms. And so it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of juggling and knowing how to get those things to cooperate together. And you and me, we probably don't do the nerd thing, which we should. And that is seeing how much devoted memory and workspace each of these things need compared to the type of vessel that we're using to get them all off. So we constantly trying to put a whole bunch into it. Doing the most with the least. That's what I call
doing the most with the least and the least time. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, really, we don't even have a learning curve. It's like, boom, you pick it up and it sounds good. You're going to see how it works for you. And, that's all I can say. I'm going to see how it works for me, and I'm going to do what I can. So also, I want to remind y'all that we have our free e-course. So you go to freegnjecourse.com. For some reason, it didn't show up on YouTube, so let me type it in again. Well, it's not on YouTube. It's just not on YouTube. Let's do it like that. I ain't gonna keep swamping y'all up with stuff. So I got that figured out, but eventually y'all gonna be able to see what the blocks are, because the blocks that's on the screen, I got to figure out how to put apps in there, right? And you'll be able to see the app, and then it'll see the streams and all that stuff. So it's a nice program, and I'm really looking forward to sharing what is possible on here. And Shaka, you might really want to check this out, man, because it's a streaming platform, much like I use. I still have to use Restream.io, but they showed me how to use Restream.io better, because right now the everything that's popping off is a little bit better, because I had to, something I didn't know about, I had to pick the server that I wanted to go through, the best server for me to go through. And with Streamio, you are able to pick which one. So I picked the one that was closest to me, and it appears that the signal is doing pretty good. I'm having a good time. So now what we're gonna do is, because I don't want to belabor the point, as they were saying in the military. Don't want to belabor the point. But it don't show that I'm streaming on Facebook. All right, there we go. So what I want to do now is get into the folktale. We want to get into the folktale. Man, family, it's real life over here at Gye-Nyame Journey, man. It's real life. I got to get me some ambrosia. Let me get some ambrosia. All right, where we at? I don't know which one to get. All right. Oh, I was going to try the one I made for my sister. I have people that request stuff, and they take it very seriously. I got other people, they be like, I'm having this health issue, and I say, all right, cool, try this. I take it over to the house, and I come back, and it's still there. I'm like, how serious were you about your health issue? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, so I go over. I mean, this stuff been sitting over at my mom's house so long, family, that it started to regrow a SCOBY. A beautiful SCOBY, too. And I'm going to use that motherfucker. But I ain't mad, because there's more stuff for me to drink. All right, so let me go and set something up real quick. And then we're going to get right into it. Matter of fact, let's go and read the folk tale for the night. So, Shaka, like I was telling the family, we are on the last folk tale in the book. We done went through the whole book. This has been the 3.
How many times have you done that?
Oh no, dude. For this book, this is the first time. This is over. Yeah. This is over 300 folk tales.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, this whole thing, we've been going through this for about 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for 5 years. Oh, I'm not playing with it. I'm not playing with it at all. You know what I'm saying? I would get on some news right now, but we running late. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that we're streaming on all cylinders. And then I'm going to read the story. And for those out there, I'm going to post up the number so that if you want to call in, you can, right? You want to call in, you can. I'm looking kind of darker on this. I don't know. I don't mind being that black, but I want it in real life. I want that complexion in real life. So let's go and post this up. Call in number for those that want to join the conversation, 614. Call in. Line 614-556-4535. There you go, right there. We up. Also, you might get a better picture, and I think I might try it too. You might get a better picture if you go to GNJmedia.live. Yep, we got us another website, Brother Shaka, a whole nother website. Shoot. We need to sit down and talk, because I might be able to hook you up, So, wait for that to pop up. But here's the folktale for the night. The frog's complaint against the sun. Once upon a time, when the sun announced his intention to take a wife, the frogs lifted up their voices and clamored to the sky. Jupiter, disturbed by the noise of their croaking, inquired the cause of the complaint. One of them said, "The sun, now while he is single, parches up the marshes and compels us to die miserably in our arid homes. What will be our future conditions if he beget other sons?" If he beget other sons, what will be our situation? That's something that a lot of us, you want to go on that one first, or you want me to hit it?
Man, that was very interesting. It's my first time hearing it. I could think it through, Hatem, audibly if you want.
You said audibly. Well, how else you go?
Audibly, because this one is kind of mind blowing. Because what you think, all right, because we're talking about an ultimate paradigm shift. Because here's the piece, man. Where you and I are in the conversation, compared to like where people are who have no wherewithal of the conversation. Oh my goodness. Anything that comes out of my mouth right now is not going to make sense to nobody. Except for maybe, all right, so I'm going to just say it. Let's just say the sun, which is the center of our universe, and the source of enlightenment for the entire world. If that source was to beget offspring, how exponential does our life as we know it have to be to maintain survivalhood?
We're not gonna survive. Shit. You know? And so, you know, the frogs complained to the guy because they were like, look, homie, look here, guy, you know, you control all things. What's to become of us? Which is a wise question. You know, the frogs were very wise in really voicing their concern, like you said, because their chances of survival if he married, because first off, he gonna marry another star. What happens when this star begets other stars? So now, bringing it around to life, right? How many of us been in situations like this with the frog? Whether in our personal lives, whether in our professional lives, you know what I'm saying, where we are in a situation where we was already exposed to a lot of pressure. We was already exposed to a lot of stress. But then the thing that's stressing you is now threatening to bring on something else very much like itself. That sound like Black Life. You understand what I'm saying? That sound like Black Life. You know what I'm saying?
It's bigger. It's so much bigger than that, though, Hatem. I think the last time that the one time in life where there was a threat big enough to say, hey, let's get ours and let's find a way, was the threat of Y2K. The threat that at the stroke of midnight, pandemonium across the world would occur because of our inability to have made provision for our technology to survive beyond the year 2000. And the idea that we were so negligent when it caused scientists fear, and they're the creators of this, then that's when it's like, all right, well, where do we put our faith? Because even people who have not proclaimed the faith is like, all right, where do we put what's our next move? What are we about to do? You know what I mean? You couldn't find water on the shelves at no store by
true.
New Year's Day. You remember that?
Yeah, because I had a lot of it. I had a lot of the water. I got prepared just in case. I mean, you know, because you gotta realize. I mean, a lot of people might be too young to realize this, but we done been through several end of the world threats just in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? That was something that we kind of grew up with.
1984 to 1999, 2012. Yeah.
And you know, so that wasn't nothing to us. But I'm bringing this. I want to, because even though it can be, because the lesson from Folktales, which y'all get if you tune into the newsletter, right? The folktales are designed, in a sense, for the personal message that comes out of it. They use the symbols, the animals, to convey a moral message, and it can be bigger, and we can expand it. But I need to bring this one home, because it's somebody that might be listening to us that might be in this situation right now, but because they don't recognize it, because the frogs' solution was they called on something higher than the sun to help them solve this problem. Because the sun didn't get married. You know what I'm saying? So what is to become of us? Because they looked at their situation and they had to speak to a higher authority, because the situation that they would have been in if the sun begat children would destroy and decimate their lives. And this is like for us. I mean, it's like, you know, because I always talk about the reparations piece, and it's so, and you know I'm gonna connect it. Those that's out there, y'all know I'm gonna connect it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like we are under the sun of the oppression of white supremacy right now. We are up under this piece, and as we stand here overhead, the sun that originally started on us has begat children. And it's like it's burning away our lives. And then we go to the personal relationships. Some of us are in relationships with individuals, and they might want to bring somebody else in the relationship. And I ain't talking about the threesome shit. I'm talking more.
Man, hold on, time out.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This is way too deep for me. Okay, because like how many? Okay, so basically it's like this. How many of us would even be around if it weren't for the sun?
Nobody.
Great. Okay, so that we are here because of the sun.
Right.
Is the sun not an ancestor?
Is what?
Is our sun not an ancestor?
Oh, the sun is definitely an ancestor.
Okay. Let's keep going then. All right. This is all because this man. I'm in a whole different space right now. Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is the sun is an ancestor. I feel you, right? I feel you. Mm-hmm. The sun is definitely an ancestor. So,
but here's the piece.
Go ahead.
Here's the piece. My bad.
No, man, go ahead. You ain't been on in a while. Go ahead. And it sounds like you having an extremely good time over there.
All of these animals, right?
Right.
All of these animals that are portrayed by the constellation, which came first, the constellation or the animal?
Oh, you having a real good time. Look at him. He having a good time. You know what I'm saying? What came first, the constellation or the animals? That's one of those questions where no matter how you answer it, somebody else can have a different opinion. But you know, many people would say it was the constellations first.
But see, and that's my point. Hatem, look, in the age of the pioneer right now, based on what we have at our fingertips, change the world. If we woke up tomorrow and all we had was the sun and the constellation and these animals, which one of us, which of our people, and which behavior will it take to draw a pure confirmation, a correlation between a star or a set of stars and the animal that it represents? This is what I'm saying. How many years, how many ages does it take to come across this type of wisdom? If we had to restart right now, what role would you play? No, I'm everywhere all at the same time.
Man, you over
You get
there,
what I'm saying, though?
No, not really, because you over there having a real good time, man. I'm not mad at you, but help me understand. Walk me through your question one more time.
Tim, this is my point. If we woke up tomorrow without technology, all we would have is oral tradition. Oral tradition to teach our young folk how to build and to advance at this state of technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going back to the beginning where our ancestors have drawn correlations between the constellation and the sets of stars based on the animals that represent it. How long will it take for us to regain that information if we were left if we were totally destitute of any technology right now? How long would it take for us to take our collective information and to be able to recreate these systems?
Ooh. Well, Shaka, we would be kind of fucked up, my friend. I'm just being all the way real with you, man, because because we would be really, really, really messed up because it took generations. Because, like, for example, you mentioned oral traditions, right? Like these stories. A lot of these stories would be lost because people don't know them, because we would lose, like, for example, if we lost everything, we would have to have people restructure whole pieces of knowledge, my friend. You understand what I'm saying? We would have to restructure whole bodies of knowledge. Whole bodies. Just think about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy what you asking, because a lot of us wouldn't be able to really do that. You know what I'm saying? But go and bring it around to, because you got people out here with some real life problems, man. And I'm like, I want to make sure that we get with them on what's going on far as the story, because you bringing up a good point, right? We would have to relearn how to do stuff. Because hell, many people, we lost a lot of social skills in this present time. This some bullshit. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about my computer right now.
Wow.
But go ahead.
What I'm saying is that in our existence right now, what is it? I see what you're doing. You're preserving a lot of information.
Yeah, but it's all digital. Because if what you say happened, I'm preserving a lot of digital information. But if what you talking about happens, the digital shit is in the wind. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The only real information we have is what's written on the walls.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's, man.
And
see, I'm saying this because, Hatem, you already know I wrote a story that takes place in that space. So I just want to know, like, have anybody else thought about the dynamics of just waking up and being totally destitute of technology? We are so technologically and pharmaceutically dependent that within 7 days, there will be pandemonium on Earth because we will not be able to get to our next fix.
Brother said our next fix.
And you do realize that technology is a fix. You do realize that, like, your children right now, the reason why they're not supposed to take their devices to bed with them is because their devices emit a blue noise that stops the process of sleep.
Well,
So right now,
it don't stop my process,
Yeah.
brother. I'm just saying.
man, come on. I'm just saying how I tell them, look, when you got blue noise in the mix, and you know the difference between blue noise and pink noise, right? Blue
No.
noise.
Explain that, because you're the musician. Explain that.
Okay. Well, and this has nothing to do with, well, I don't know. It does to some degree, but blue noise is when you have a TV on or one of these devices on. Well, there's a particular stage of sleep that happens in your mind. With blue noise, it keeps that door ajar, so you never get that first door to shut or you start the process of going to sleep. So because that door is always ajar, there's always an interest or something being solicited out of your mind. If you're too sleepy to control your mind, then the device will just pull you into whatever it wants to pull you into. And so that's what's been designed now. If you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that if this is the case, this is why a lot of our children seem to be insomniacs. And this is why a lot of kids are being prescribed melatonin right now, is because their parents are allowing them to go to sleep with their devices in their bed. If they take the device away, then that door finally shuts and causes them to go through the process of falling asleep. But the blue noise is what keeps the door ajar and keeps them in a waking life.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it home, man. Bring it home. You knocking it out the park.
Pink noise does the opposite. You've been on this for a long time because I remember
Clip
you used to
it!
get all kinds of stuff.
I'm listening.
What's the what? You used to get the pink noise, sounds of the ocean.
Oh, yeah. So you talking about pink noise are more natural. Clip it!
Yeah, pink noise is what
journey.
encourages that serenity that opens the door and allows you to go through the process naturally and have a healthier night's sleep.
All right, so you teaching about pink noise and blue noise. All right.
Blue noise and pink noise. So if you got an aquarium, the tranquility of the aquarium emits the pink noise.
Mm-hmm. But man, bring it home. That's what I'm. Listen, because listen, what you giving, family? This is some good information. We're learning about pink noise. We're learning about blue noise. Now, bring it home, because the whole piece is what do these frogs and the sun not only have to do with the pink noise and the blue noise, but what wisdom can we, in our discussion or ideas, can we impart on somebody who might need help in their life? See, because really, because check this out, there was really there was never given a solution to their problems. Thank you, Cleveland. I appreciate you, sir. Oh, you ain't found one yet?
So let's look at the human at the problems that we have as humans, right? Because once again we're stepping into a conversation of, are we human beings engaging in a spiritual experience, or are we spiritual beings engaging in a human experience? So when we get into it, and we're talking about survivalhood and the threat of extinction, when and so how do we as a people correlate with the crisis at hand with the frog? And what does blue noise and pink noise have to do with any of that? Well, when we look at what it takes to maintain survivalhood on a daily basis, it's a relationship thing. So what is our first and primary relationship? some of us have neglected. What's our primary relationship between ourselves and our Creator?
Right.
Ourselves and the universe. If we don't listen to the universe, then what kind of relationship is that? Right? So if, as we are listening and we're experiencing the universe and we're depending on what's around us for our own survival, without the distraction, before we even got to blue noise and pink noise, the conversation was, how did we just take basic information and apply it to our practice to maintain life for ourselves and our loved ones? All right, is that a good place to start?
Okay.
All right, so we're here. Now, we are listening to the universe. We are maintaining life on this side, and we bring the luxury of the distraction. We bring the blue noise. We bring the pink noise into our household. All right, because I'm outside right now. You know, I'm listening to the crickets. I'm listening to nature, and it's peaceful. Everything is doing what it's supposed to. I hear the crickets in the daytime. I hear the cicadas. I know what's going on. All right? When we listen to the universe around us, when we listen to the nature around us, nature gives us cues. And so when we listen for those cues, we're able to evolve based on the conversation between us and the world around us. We're not talking about words. We ain't talking about the squirrel was like, hey, it's some chicken across the street. It ain't nothing like that. We listening to the rhythm of the world around us.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we are in an age where it's so easy to distract that rhythm or to add something unnatural into that rhythm that is not supposed to exist. And we, Hatim, you and I, have lived through the ages where that conditioning has advanced against our people. Right now, I'm looking across the street. It is a deer walking across my one of my neighbor's front lawn, just kicking it right now.
So you living in a totally different place than you was before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm only a few blocks away. See what's happening, though? Check this out. What's happening in Cleveland is that they're doing so much gentrification and so much new new development that the deer is coming from the places that they're getting kicked out of right into the city. So where I'm at in Cleveland Heights right now, I promise you I'm not making this up. Deer know how to cross the street. A deer will stand in somebody's driveway with they little ones, right? Mm-hmm. Fawns or whatnot, and they'll wait for traffic to go past to cross the street. And so there's some different stuff happening right now.
Well, we living in a strange time. We living in a strange time.
It's very interesting. So getting back to that, you got the distractions now. And the distraction saying, hey, check this out. No, forget your survival good. No, you got systems to take care of your survival. Check this out. Whatever it is that's causing us to move into becoming technologically and pharmaceutically dependent. What it comes down to is that we are depending on the answers to be told from this place where the blue noise is emitted, right? Mm-hmm. We don't ask ourselves the sensible questions. My body is telling me that I'm sick. Let me go to Dr. Oz or somebody to tell me what's going on with me. Let me go on to this computer and ask Siri, what does it mean when you got a black spot on your pelvis? Or what does it mean when you got a ring rash? You are becoming so technologically dependent that even a common human experience between each other becomes jaded because we're not doing that no more. If you stand still in the mall and all the people that's walking past you, how many of them make eye contact with you anymore? How many of them are just immersed in it's just them in their phone, or it's just them in earbuds?
That's a whole lot.
It is a lot. We are told, so it puts us in two, and we're all separate, but we're still here dealing with the same thing. We could be dealing with the same crisis. And you could be on a bus next to somebody who is on fire, and they all like, "Yay, world star!" Hey,
They won't even try to help you.
that's not the right. You understand? This is not life for real. You know what I mean?
This ain't living. No. You just trying to lead into a song, man. That's all that is. You ain't slick.
You know what? Hey, I bet, man. I'm gonna tell you something. My daughter today, she isolated herself. She put herself in a room. I told her to do something. I didn't think that she was gonna do it. I told her, at times when you really need to get big in life, you need to hide and you need to step away from everything else and learn. And so today she stepped away and she hid and she wrote a song. We've been talking about the concept of the song for a long time, and the words that I gave her for the first line was, I heard about this boy named Samir. He didn't have a tribe. Now he ain't here. The name of the song is Tribe Up. And so, yeah. And so her whole campaign that she's raising here in Cleveland right now is a campaign called Tribe Up, where, through her webisodes and through this song, we're exploring tribes of, cultural tribes of Cleveland. And Tribe Up is a movement, you know what I mean, for civility and for us to be able to, and then that's my rule to her in this house is that you leave here, travel with tribe. There's no exception.
I feel you. I'm big on the tribe piece because it's like, we have to penny. We like those frogs. We like those frogs, and the son is talking about the son is talking about hooking up with something, and we like, man,
right?
What we gonna do?
Right. What
we gonna do?
And that's the thing. Yeah.
We got to figure out something because life is about to get real with a lot of us real quick. And like I said, because there is no solution in this, and it's crazy that they end with this one because this one is like open-ended. The frogs complain against the sun. It ends, the sun now, while he is single, parches up the marsh and compels us to die miserably in our arid homes. What will be our future condition if he should beget other sons? Now, family, the piece to that, and I want y'all to think about this. What will become of us? You understand? The question. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that one does not have it. And I'm not, because I'm gonna have to sit down and I'm gonna think about that while I'm sleeping tonight, because I'm thinking about that whole piece, that whole discussion that's popping off, and I'm like,
I'm gonna make some people mad.
They didn't give no answer, man. There's absolutely no answer to the frog's call.
Right. Now, listen. This one, we have to take post-apocalyptic. Because and the first thing that comes to mind is that movie that Denzel did called The Book of Eli.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I tell. The big issue that I have with that movie is that we have moved out of the age of Pisces, right? In this fiction, we have moved out of the age of Pisces, and the information that's left at the end of Pisces takes us into the new era, and the new age is the Holy Bible.
What? There you go. There you go. You just lost me. You just lost me. But go ahead. You lost
see the
me,
book
man.
of Eli? Did you see the book of Eli?
I seen the book of Eli.
Okay. So, the surprise, and then maybe this is just the way I saw it. The surprise that I saw at the end of book of Eli,
Right.
is that you come out of this whole age that was the age of Pisces, led by Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna just say it like that.
Okay.
So we come out of this age of Pisces into a new age where the whole world is waiting for this new age and this paradigm shift and new instruction and blase shift. And what he's been protecting through the whole movie
Was the old book.
was the old book.
So they, in a sense, moved out of. Okay. All right.
You follow me?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if that was our reality, and that was the book that we were left with right now, what would you do?
Who, me? I would write a new book. I got stories already. Because I understand the power of stories, the importance of stories. So you ain't going to catch me slipping like that, brother. I'll write a new one. No, because I understand that stories shape and stories shape the very fabric of who we are. I mean, part of the reason, part of the issue,
as a civilization,
right? Part of the issue with a lot of us now is that other people have been telling our stories. This is why I came up with Folktales for Grown Folks, because the ultimate lesson out of all this is that out of all the stories that we read, out of all the stories that you read outside of here, out of all of the myths and the legends, the most important story, family, is your story. Right? Being able to live your story fully invested. Right? Live your story and then get enough stuff so that you are able to transfer the information that you have to the next generation. Until we get to a point where people can start writing it down again, if we was in that apocalyptic phase like in the book of Eli. You see, because the problem for a lot of the reason the book of Eli, I liked it all the way until I figured out what the book was. Because basically they were free from an old paradigm. And the lives that they was living was driven by the paradigm that they just came out of. And all of a sudden, the only book that could save them from the paradigm that damn book helped to shape in the first place was the very book that caused the problem. So they were caught in a story loop. They didn't get the lesson, or as Allende might say, they didn't get the joke. Right? The book caused the very book that everybody was trying to kill everybody to get was the very book that caused the issues that caused the world to be disintegrated in the first place. And you see the same thing going over and over again. Nobody in our age right now, I ain't gonna say nobody, but one of the things we have to be bold enough to do is to start telling our stories and start creating some new stories with new paradigms that can help us in these times. that could really
Right.
speak to the heart. Now you can get the lesson from the old stories, but what's the new story that's gonna move us forward? Jesus done brought us 2,000 years, and Heru brought him 2,000 years before that. But they're at critical points, and we are at a critical point in time, I believe, right now. When do we become bold enough to tell our stories, or to connect with that peace, that spirit inside of us, and create what we need? The story of Jesus was needed by the people. The story of Heru was needed by the people. The story of Krishna was needed by the people, and the need of the people forced or pulled the story out from a master storyteller. And that story helped mold and shape those people. This story right here is a warning. This story right here is a warning. And the issue is, we have to step back and get the personal message that's in it for us. Because I want you to think about some of these stories we do. Like I said, I don't go through and rant. I went in order. I haven't skipped one story in this book. Whether the story was top notch and sparked major conversation, or whether the story was like this one, leaving us stumped. I mean, well, at least leave me stumped. You know what I'm saying? You got something out of it and you share with you. I am like, God damn. Because there's no happy ending. There's no solution. It's just a complaint. It's just a call on something higher than yourself. And maybe in that, the answer lies. Because sometimes all you can do is pray. You know what I'm saying? Those people who have really suffered know this. Those of us that have been in real life situations, sometimes all you can do is call on a higher power.
Right.
And that's all these frogs can do. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And let me back up to this day right here, this moment right here. Is that if we have not played with the power of prayer even, and we're going to wait until that magical moment at the very end to get to learning how. Come on now.
Dog, what you talking about? Yeah, that, you know, what you called it? You called it that practice prayer?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because prayer is like any other skill. You would be no good if the only time you played is when you got on stage. Now, you might be good for a little while, but eventually, if the only time you played was when you got on stage, you will always mess up.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with prayer. Like you said, you have to be practiced. You have to be skilled at it. It's something that you work on. You know what I'm saying? It's part of your repertoire, I guess, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the repertoire.
I mean, hold on, time out. What you saying? It ain't no lightness about it. There are artists out here. Listen, there are musicians out here with more attitude than they got repertoire. And what that mean is that they might got 2 or 3 songs that they can play their ass off with.
Right.
But then you get to the 4th song.
It's like,
that kind of sound like Between the Sheets, don't it? No, motherfucker, don't. It sound like the first 2 songs you played.
Hey, all his songs sound alike.
Right. So yeah, you can only go so far with that. You can only go so far. And I've been listen, and I laugh because I've been that dude earlier on, and it took for me to take the criticism of people that knew, you know, because listen, I've had the luxury of rolling with some beasts. You understand?
Right.
Musically, musically, the people that I roll with, like, yo, when I mention their name, people's eyes go down to the sidewalk because they understand, like, I'm not rolling with no guppies out here. When I say Perez with it, people know his name. When I say Eddie Bayard, forget about it. Allende? Come on, man. These are people who have passed the mastery of what they done put their 10,000 plus hours in.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so when you get out here and you want to be seen and recognized on the same plateau as them, on the same bandstand as them, and I don't let you get on because you only got 4 songs that are not even loosely relevant to the shit that we got going on right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now because you want me to feed into your ego because of how good you think you could play, and you take yourself out of those 4 scales, and you have no idea of the 15 scales out there. You have no idea of how to, what goes into a major scale outside of what you've practiced to be able to caress the mic and make yourself look like you're a master. There's cats out here who have taken the time and who have hidden to be able to understand the magic in it. And so when you come out here and you just stroking your own ego, people know the difference. And so I don't know how I got so deep into this piece, but it's something that it offends me a great deal about a lot of the music that's out here today, is that you got a lot of cookie cutter stuff. You got a lot of folks that's calling themselves musicians, and you sit them down on the instrument and they can't play shit. And I guess in every industry, you're going to have that to an extent. But for the creative art, it's hard for me to digest. When I was in high school, I remember when the Wu-Tang Clan came out. I'm just like, hip-hop. This is none of, I didn't have nothing against hip-hop.
Right.
It was just where hip-hop was going as I studied instruments and I studied how to compose music. Hip-hop didn't fit into that catalog at all to me because I wasn't down with the culture like that yet. I didn't understand because all I heard was samples. All I heard was music that was chopped up, good music that was chopped up into some rap stuff for the most part because I'm trying to figure out how to make that music thing happen.
Right.
And so when I spent that time to try to figure out how to make the music happen, and you got cats that's just like, man, forget how to make it, let's just take it. Right. So that led me to believe, all right, well, there's 2 kind of artists in the world. There's those who are being sampled and the ones who are sampling. And so, it's those who make the familiar strange and those who make the strange familiar. When I write something out of my head, and it might have a little bit of Caribbean in it, it might have a little bit of church in it, it might have a little bit of, whatever. But then it's got this definite line from this rock song. You know what I mean? It's like everything is it's like a Creole. That's what music is right now. But fundamentally, we need more pure musicians. We need more people who are fundamentalists to understand how this shit works before we just start piling shit on a plate and feeding it to people.
Right.
We talking about the first magic. You know what I mean?
Music. What you call it? You call it the first magic?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. The first magic. But yo, family, I'm sorry if we weren't able to help you solve a world crisis or a big problem. We did what we could with it.
We got to have a part 2 on this one, Hot Tim.
On the frog?
We got to have a part 2.
The frog done whooped my ass. I'm gonna keep the frog for another 300 episodes, and we're gonna come back to his ass. And when he pop back up, and be like, "Damn, goddamn frog whooped my ass."
So what we gonna do? We gonna go back to number 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna start all over.
Okay.
See, because now in the 21 day and Nguza Saba challenge, one of the things that I noticed was that you start noticing that in your growth, like for example, it's good to write stuff down and try to remember conversations that you had, because when you are hit with them again, if and when there's growth, you will see it in your answer. You will see you go and reflect on what you were talking about, so that you can, so that you could build on, because a lot of times people, it's just like people just accept that you're always going to be the same, but it's not. That's not. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't monitor their growth, so they don't know whether they stuck on stupid, because when the same thing come up, you know what I'm saying, they don't recognize it as the same thing, and they do the same stuff. But when folktales come up, you're like, damn, I heard that one before. And then you go back and look at it. Same thing with the Proverbs, right? I go back and I can look at my answers on my Proverbs, because in the workbook, it leaves you space so that you can write down your answers. This is a
right.
I got several. So we use these tools, this crystallized wisdom, as I call it, so that we can go on and see where we are. You know what I'm saying? See where you are. You manage that so that you don't have to be stuck, family. We don't have to be stuck. You know what I'm saying? In many ways, we choose to be stuck. And I'm saying it don't have to be like that. But yo, right. I'm about to get up off of here. I got to try to figure out this software before tomorrow morning, so I won't be messing up.
Shoot me a link, man. I want to see what you're dealing with, because it's time for me to
just look up Streamlabs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a hard. Let me put it this way: it's not a hard program, but it does a lot of shit.
Okay.
All right. So, family,
right on.
I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for tuning in. I want to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority, where you hustle, build muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Anime? Oh, anime. Oh, goddamn. Oh, you gonna sing anime? Thank you. This is the Heart of a Silver production, and this has been Folktales for Grown Folks. But we strive here to blow up your old paradigms. Thank you to those who stuck it through. We will have this better real soon. So with that, this is Brother Tim. I am out. Y'all have a great, magnificent, and marvelous day. Peace.